Hey.
Zoltov.
Yeah.
Oh my god, awesome!
Why was I muted? I was muted.
Well,
That wasn't a part of the command chain.
Oops.
We're gonna have to look at that.
I think I might have hit the mute button earlier and just fucking forgot.
Maybe.
Hi Han, hi
Hey,
Evil
everyone.
Twin. I was busy thanking
Awesome!
Sorry, I was busy thanking Squeaky for the stream deck. As this will be the first stream I have shiny buttons.
Hey,
I'm gonna
oh,
need more
lovely.
I'm gonna learn how to put more buttons in like that. So I can properly sass myself along with Squeaky sassing me.
Awesome.
Hi Crazy Fox, hi Evil Twin, hi Han, hi Raven, welcome everybody.
You say?
Bunk. Oh god. I am happy we are back. Welcome everybody.
I missed you guys.
I
We know
offer
what you've really been waiting for.
Oh my god, awesome!
What have we really been
I
waiting
missed
for?
being here.
Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
There's a hype train coming.
Oh shit, we actually got the hype train. Look at that. Thank you so much, Clean
Look at
Predator,
that.
for the sub. 4 months. And currently on a 1-month streak. Let's go.
Ooh.
Oh god, but yeah, no. Apologies everybody for not streaming a lot lately. I am aiming and ideally going to be back into it soon, once I have a job. I've been trying, I haven't been getting callbacks, it's very demoralizing.
Fuck you.
But I have all these shiny buttons. Like, behold. If this button works correctly, it should do a thing. Hey, it took us over to the screen. As we get the first game where you get to see Din's new chibi she made for me. Because Din is amazing.
Gee.
You also get to see these 8 lovely Din arts that Din has been doing over the month.
I should be making more.
We got a bun boy here. We got the good old Sphere. We got the angriest Mimi you'll ever see. We have a Nightmare Kijo with monster hands. I love it.
I love it too, actually. That's
Good
really
times.
great.
Yes, I really had fun with that one.
We have Child Nihilus. And I love so much that he's got his fucking mustache still of scales.
I would like to think he had it like as soon as he was born. He was baby with mustache.
Listen, they're not really our. We get to canonically make them whatever the fuck we want. He was born with a mustache to prove his maturity.
It's kind of like the Addams Family baby.
And then we have Nightmare Darkside Boko. So beautiful. And let's all not forget Sheep Belial. May he forever rest in peace, far off on his adventures. But before that, he gave Mimi a forearmed hug.
Yes, best hug.
We have Nihilus's local dominatrix and Shady Butler. And finally, we got a lovely ass Trin, looking
Perfectly above board Butler. We're cool.
above board Butler. Definitely not demigod in disguise or any bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Also, I just want to double check something. Okay. Oh, sweet! When I get to hit the go live button, it doesn't change my fucking tags. Amazing. When I hit it manually, for some reason it's just like, fuck you, change your tags back.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
no. The stream deck is neat and stuff.
But yeah, and then we got this final one of Trin. Looking kind of despairing with a giant firebird of Suzaku-ness behind her.
Not bad.
There you are. Done fucking talking about Lord of the Goddamn Rings.
Heck
It's a
yeah.
bad show.
As
All this amazing Inktober arts. Look at it all.
I'll get to them after I deal with some pending commissions and stuff.
Yeah.
we will take these all over to their respective individual to love and cherish.
I love the fucking Firebird for Trin. That shit's cool as hell.
It is fantastic. I love the Kijo one too. This nightmare fuel
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, I like how it's
That
not
was-
even like
Oh,
it's
That
it's
one's
so
easily
cool.
my favorite looking thing right there.
An evil Boko.
yeah, I like the back of the Boko one. It's supposed to be like light, but it kind of also might look like a Chocobo meteor, maybe.
Coco Meteor, yay!
Might be one of those.
I mean, I'm sure she can cast that.
It's
I wouldn't be
light, but you know,
surprised.
it's like kind of a red orangey light, which implies like, you know, some nightmare fuel and darkness.
Hmm.
It could
And,
be a blood moon.
This one's got a Mimi hug in it, so by logic, it must go over here to the Mimi
But
table.
it's fucking all the good times. There's fucking a sphere with this fucking buck tooth ass. Fucking
They're all so good, but just saying, Hecata looking fine.
Hecate does look fine.
Yes,
The other
yes.
one is there was this like YouTube channel, like they make little animations and stuff, and they make the little Viera with the bucktooth thing, and I kind of like the style, so I'm like, I want to do it with this Viera.
And I just realized
really
it's right
cute.
here. The fucking tiny waiter Nyla.
Yeah.
I guess that's his dad back there. I never gave two thoughts about what his parents
I
were
look
actually
forward
like.
to the HD scans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get all these locked in their places.
So everything is done. I'm gonna scan everything. I'm gonna print it. I'm gonna make little notebooks, and I'm gonna send one for each of you. You can have like a little art book.
As the hype train is over with a level 2, thank you so much, everybody. Now, hey, Din.
Here we go.
And then I take 2 of these, and then I take all of this away
Yeah.
Oh no.
into the coin pouch with it.
I still have 2 coins.
You have $2,
Oh.
and now it is time to draw a shiny.
Okay.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle as much as you like.
I don't know how to shuffle. I just take the first one out.
Hey, you got the master.
Oh, what does it do?
So this will let you just succeed on anything, or anybody else trying to do something, you can just say, no, they succeeded. Whatever they were trying to do. It's like, oh man, you're... the cult guy is across the room and about to sacrifice the damsel in distress, and Kijo's running, but Kijo just doesn't have the move points, and then you just play master. It's like, no. Kijo zooms over to the other side and fucking cuts the guy's hand off.
Yay.
Or in combat, you can give somebody 3 rounds of advantage on everything. Period.
Huh. I think I'm saving this for a Mateus fight.
Listen. Raven, what's Akane at now? I believe it's at 30. Also, hi Thanatos, hi Emerald,
Arcane is it no?
hey Shocky Fox. But yes. Before we get into game, everybody is level 7 now, which is thankfully a very easy level up to do. Mostly everybody just got more HP.
Yeah.
Trin can now cast 4th level spells. Trin has 2 4th level spells now. Elemental Bane, where Trin just points at somebody and goes, you're weak to this now. And every time they get hit by it, they take an extra 2d6 per turn. And Death Ward, to where Trin gives you a tap on the forehead, you know, like a little bit of a backhand. And congrats, you won't die once. If it's an instant kill move and you fail it, the Death Ward saves you. And if you go to 0 HP, you are instead at 1 HP.
I
And
look
those-
forward to Trin not using that on herself.
As for Kijo, I believe it was just a case of more points and then more HP, as you're at 60 HP now. You're God. And then Nihilus at 66 HP. We wrote down the stuff for Chaos Blade.
1 more point, more HP. That's it. Talk to you when I'm level 9.
Listen, next
Oh.
level you get a feat or an AS or an ability score increase. And Nihilus also got a little bit of extra Well of Darkness.
Yeah.
Mimi can cast 4th level spells. Din did not pick one, but if Din ends up picking one and can just prepare for the day, otherwise there's an extra spell slot, which can still be used on everything lower. This also makes it... Din, you can do 4th level life transference and kill yourself even better in the name of saving someone.
That's great,
Isn't
Just
magic
what I
amazing?
right? Just when I come to terms with things, this is the moment.
And then otherwise you guys have your cha-ching, got your Dusts of Deliciousness and other magic items you've collected. As, at this point, Lynn, I believe, or sorry, Lynn? Bleh. My brain's a little mushy today, I'm sorry guys. But no,
I was
Lynn,
I'm like, what? Me?
I
No.
believe you have typed things, and thus I must give you your blood money.
Hello again. Been a bit, so let's catch up. For the long and short of the start, we're post-tourney with Yoru and Fu and also everyone else. Those two flirt for a while, Fu puts a ring on it, and Hecate seats on the other side of the room as Kijo watches. Fu does herself a leave, Nihilus rejoins, and Hecate continues to seethe. So anyway, Gilgamesh owes Nihilus a weapon, and was absolutely going to snub him if he forgot, but since he didn't, true to his word, it's selection time. Looks like he has Excalibur, the strongest of swords, but in actuality it's Exalipur, the most disappointing of swords, so instead Nihilus grabs a neat guns pair. Huzzah! Anyway, back at the house, Trinsic shenanigans continue to ensue, the group returns, and shenanigans upgrade to Chikanari, then to Chokonari when Boko bites Trin's tail, prompting a cartoonish runaway sequence. It's K though, Kijo is on it and also Kato I guess, but more on that later. Sick wobbly Trin bumps into some Doman guards, same two from earlier, and slinks on past them after openly showing off her little transformation magic, mostly because they suck and Trin got moves, ain't laying no hands on her when she isn't letting it happen. Trin slinks away. Follow-up scene of Kijo just using the two guards as literal stepping stones because she don't care. Shortly thereafter the lady swordswoman catches up to Princess Hazy and they have a chat. It was probably meaningful and all that, but Little Miss Critic called it cringe, so screw it. Hey Kato, take your girlfriend back. Fast forward to the Circus of Stars. Everyone shows off their respective outfits, not the least impressive of which being Trin's Sphere costume, which one might even go so far as to call quite magical. Juliet has some commentary about how no one seems to know what an Imperial Blue Mage looks like. Kijo is quite enjoying her well-fitting suit while figuring out how stilettos work, while Tuxedo Nihilus and Sexy Dress Hecate definitely aren't stealing glances and flirting with nonverbals. Good times. But eventually it's showtime, we do a nice little number, a god shows up or whatever, dancing continues, and someone else is going to have to follow up that act. Do not envy them. Anywho, backstage it's talkie time, looks like the airship is prepared. Kijo lets Hecate know she's probably going to be poofed back to the Empire soon and is promptly ignored, though the conversation switches to how she's actually going to get back. Don't mind the one who made the deal counting down in her head and then on her fingers, that's probably not relevant. What's substantially more relevant is whether or not 4 days can be quantified as about a week. Great schisms are formed on both sides of this argument, but alas, this question remained unsettled, as a rift opened in space-time and whisked Lady Apostolos back from whence she came when Kijo's finger countdown hit 0. Shame that. Really thought they'd want to have some moment before parting, but I suppose that will just have to be resolved, instead, in their dreams. Right then, let's get ready for Bozja. Finn.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. As I have given you your blood money,
You're welcome.
we will rewind a tiny bit to the morning of, as I would like to offer to all of you as one is who I shall not be named, Din, desired to do something before they left Kugane, and I wanted to offer the opportunity to the rest of you. Is there anything you guys would like to do in this city before heading off into the unknown?
I think I'm fine.
Alright. Nihilus?
I was distracted. What happened?
You son of a bitch.
I had to look. My phone started ringing. What do you want from me? What happened? I'm sorry.
Turn off your phone. I should control your life for the next 3 hours. No, I'm
Last
kidding.
ditch effort. You want to do something in Kugani or not?
Yeah.
Not terribly. No, not anymore.
Alright. And I see Lynn typing in the chat. As Mimi, you wanted to go hit up the shrines one more time before you left?
Yeah.
Did you want to fly solo or did you want to bring anybody?
She would probably want to explain to the team, let them know, because you know, they don't want her going around by herself.
There may in fact be concerns related to what happens when Mimi flies solo.
Yeah, I wonder why. They just have trust issues, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, so while everybody is at the house, like preparing to go, packing their stuff.
Yeah, guys, can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course. What's the matter?
Yeah, see, after the, that little cry I had, I kind of realized some things I've been doing that I shouldn't. And, okay, so, back in Melmond, with Yu, I don't like fighting. If I can avoid it, I will not want to kill. But back then, I was really trying to kill her. Like, I did everything I could to try and take her down. And she didn't even flinch. Like, she didn't even try to dodge me or stop me or anything. And after a hill, she just walked away. So, thing is, ever since then, I've just felt messed up. Like if my skills aren't enough, you know, like if I'm not enough. And that's why I started trying to use the dark side magic, and why I've been trying to be stronger, and in fights I mostly just focus on powering you guys up, because I don't think I can do anything. I convinced myself that someone was going to save my family, but it wasn't gonna be me. It was probably one of you guys. And if that was the case, then I would be there to help you manage to save them. Sakura mentioned that I could find some answers here, and all I did was ask for help to the gods. I didn't really look around or did anything active, because I didn't think I could do anything about that. Thing is, I want to try to trust in myself a little bit more again, and I want to do more than just follow what you guys want to do, hoping that it might have something to do with my family. So, if it's okay with everyone, before we leave, can I go back to the shrines and just look around? Maybe there's like a secret thing, kind of like with Anima or something. There might be some clue for Luminous Wings somewhere. Something about Hades, no, something. I just want to make sure I don't leave anything behind. Is that okay with you guys?
As you are explaining to everybody, you see Kijo take off her mask, inspect it a little, give it a little polishing before putting it back on, and gives you a shrug.
I mean, if it's something you really want to do.
I just want to make sure I don't leave anything behind. I was told back in the Republic that somewhere around here there's like ruins or some secrets that could definitely help us. And I didn't really look around. I just begged for help. So I kind of just want to make sure I've got everything covered before leaving.
I have no objections.
That would mean all shrines, though.
You won't find anima here, but the kami are abundant in this region. You hear echoing in your head from Ijo.
Yeah, like maybe not her, but not them, but we might find something. Like even if it's a tiny clue, it might help. Maybe there's nothing, but just in case, I want to make sure. Thing is, if I go to all of them, I'm gonna have to go in there too. You know, you.
I can't think of a reason to stop you. If you find something important, then good. Everything we learn to help us against the Scions is an effort well spent.
And if we don't find anything, at least we know we've looked, and we're not leaving anything behind.
Yes.
As she gives you a little bit of a side look, and Yu is a problem.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go find it looking for a fight, but I don't know what to expect really.
Well, it's not like we weren't expecting a delay when we first got here.
With how fast that thing moves, a small delay won't mean much, surely.
As thankfully you guys have been in the city for a few days. By this point, you have a general awareness of where a lot of the shrines are. It's the difference between leaving an early morning and like closer to noon for Mimi to have time to look around.
Maybe now that the festivities are pretty much at a close, they might not be as crowded as they would have been otherwise.
As you all hear from Kijo, she is your mother and apparently your demon to face. So, who's going with you?
She'll look around, not really sure if anyone actually wants to come. I can deal with it by myself if you got like I think I got it.
I can tag along in case there are some people that don't speak trade.
Okay.
Should come along too, shouldn't I? It does affect everyone, doesn't it?
Take the princess and the knight. You're erratic on your own.
I suppose there's that too.
Rather loaded.
If you guys are okay.
Just to make
Yep.
sure, what time of day are we at? Or is this like night of the last day of the festival, or is the
Early morning, while you guys are like packing up the last bits of stuff that you brought from on the ship into the manor to be relocated to the airship.
We should probably release those goldfish we won. They're going to die in those bags.
Right.
We
Wasn't
can
there
flush
like a
mine down the
pond or
toilet.
something in the Square Santo?
Yeah.
We can leave them in the pond on our way.
I mean, it depends really if they're native to that pond or not. Believe it or not, goldfish are an invasive species in some places.
Okay,
What?
maybe we can find a pond with goldfishes in there already.
You didn't know, Nami?
Unless you
When
lived on the
when-
coastline.
When left unabated, goldfish can get very big and disrupt ecosystems, and they don't even taste that good.
As Kijo, broken from that stoicism, looks at you confused, but curious.
Yeah. This is This is not. You know what?
Give
This
it-
is one of those things
give
I
it to
learned when I
someone.
was. You know, this is one of those things that I kind of just learned when I was. You know, those interesting talking points. Did you know that goldfish are actually an invasive species and ruin ecosystems, and that's why we actually don't just throw them into any old pond you find? You know, keep talking. Be right back.
As you hear.
Do you
So
wanna throw it-
if you throw it
could
in the
just get
ocean
into
going
that
through
one.
town,
Oh my god.
I mean, it'll be nice food for some other bigger fish.
Oh, Boko
don't
can
think-
eat it at that point.
You can just toss it in the skillet with some oil, and yeah, have Boko eat it.
You think
I
Boko
gr-
likes to?
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of fat, so maybe.
I don't know where Boko puts all that food.
In her stomach.
He's deceptively muscular under there.
as you are talking about Boko, you look toward the window behind Mimi and see Boko standing at it as she heard her name being called.
Hi, Boko.
Boko pecks her beak against the window.
Just goes over
I
and
think she might
opens it. Pet.
Well, really, when you think about it, Kijo, all those really fanciful koi fish, they're not that far off they're not that far off related to goldfish. Goldfish are just boring common koi.
As Kijo looks at you with surprised eyes.
Yeah,
What's
the
a koi
fancy.
fish?
So you know how in some of the banners in the festival, Mimi, there were these long fish that were like speckled and really beautiful and flowy.
Oh, the red, white, and black ones?
Yeah, and sometimes some of them were a bit golden, but most of them are speckled, especially bread. They're a form of koi and goldfish are actually both subspecies of carp.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought it was kind of like cats, that the girls always had like the speckles.
No,
Oh.
no, they're specially bred that way. Long lines of koi.
Huh.
Doma Castle in the gardens. There's a father's, uncle's now koi pond.
You think about it for a moment, Trin.
They're very expensive. They go for about price.
As you think about it, you have a brief moment of, did Dad teach me about fish because I'm a cat? Was Dad racist?
No. Fancy princess talking points. Talk about the fish. No, legit though. Everything I say is factually true. Especially bred koi that were by royalty and shit are really fucking expensive. So those koi in Doma Palace actually go for quite a hefty amount of gil. We're talking about amount.
Oh damn, you could buy potentially plate mail with that much fish.
Just
So,
one actually.
you're saying those ostentatious, gaudy lawn ornaments that nobles like to brag about are basically just narcissistic goldfish? As Kijo breaks from her
Yes.
deep contemplation.
Yes, selectively bred, and cared for, and yeah, it is. I mean, it is within the nobility that do all the breeding and selectiveness to get the perfect flowy fins and speckled patterns and longevity and length and girth. Yeah, that's all specially, carefully, selectively bred. That's
Huh.
why those fish go for a very, very hefty amount each. We used to have robbers that would try to steal them. That's why they're very also heavily protected. They have a guard.
I can't
Koi
think of.
guard.
I honestly cannot imagine a worse job to have.
I mean, you can look at the pretty fish all day and make sure that no one takes them. That's probably the easiest job ever.
I
As
would
you-
wither away from boredom.
As you continue to talk about the fish, you look at Nihilus and pass Nihilus at Boko. Eyes lit with hunger.
Hold on, I'll go find my fish for you, Boko. Keep talking about fish in front of Boko, but I'm like, fucking give her some fish.
Yeah, I'll go get mine.
As you guys go to your respective rooms.
Hmm.
Sakura just about finished packing up things as she's like loading it all onto her back. In your room, Kato doing the same. As you guys bring your fish out, them following.
It's gonna be really sad when I just open this bag and the fish are just flopping on the floor. I'm gonna go find a pot. I'm gonna go find a pot in the kitchen.
You easily find a pot. As you go into the kitchen, you notice Hammer. Literal crates strapped to his back. As Juliet's just like sitting on the table watching.
What are you doing?
Getting everything ready to go! Better to make it all one haul than two, right?
I guess as long as you don't break your back.
Ah, nah, this is nothing.
I might have... You know what, let me just feed Boko this fish first. Just opens the bag of, like, fish and water into pot so that it's in a pot. They're not gonna do anything with the fish. They just didn't want to just freaking open bag. Okay, Mimi, put yours in there. And we'll give it to
Here we
Boko.
go. Opens bag. Chopstick in there.
We provide... We come to you, fair Boko, with offering of 2 goldfish.
As you put the
For we wish to not disturb the ecosystem, and they will immediately die in the ocean anyway because they are freshwater fish and not saltwater. Put the pot down.
As you put it down, Boko looks at you, bows her head slightly, then with 2 swift pecks, the fish are gone.
They live good lives.
I think they were pretty short ones.
Probably. Most of the ones you find in those little goldfish ponds are not that far from the time they hatched.
As in the back, Kijo has just been baffled, contemplating the fact that these horrible fish were also selectively bred to become a symbol of nobility and a treasure for them.
He just like, what the fuck is society? What the fuck is our... I gotta get the lasagna out. Hold on. I'm listening.
As Hammer looks over you all. Well, I'm gonna steal these 3 and start preparing everything, alright guys? We'll have the ship ready to go by the time you guys are there.
Sure. I think you are the expert here, right?
I am literally the only one who knows how to fly that ship, yes.
I'm willing to learn.
There'll be
Can't
plenty
do
of time
that.
to teach you. Maybe. I actually don't know how fast this thing's gonna be yet.
Mimi is
Yeah.
sweating.
It can't be that difficult.
He looks at you. He nods. As you all hear in your head, give Kato a few hours, probably. He'll be useful for a change. Excuse me!
Supposed to mean.
I am plenty helpful. I was able to strum a lute last night. As he tries to puff up his chest, but he's also holding his and Trin's extra stuff. And nearly stumbles with it.
You know what? I could help. Well, actually, no wait, I can't help.
No, we've got this.
Actually, now that I think about it, in my second stupor, I couldn't really ask, but how big is our airship?
Haven't seen it yet, actually.
We're not even sure I can load up all this stuff, and we haven't even seen it.
We'll find out! If it's an airship, I mean, it's gotta have some room in it, right?
Watch it be just a chair with a fucking propeller.
There are some like that.
Mimi sweats more.
Well,
I bet.
if there's any problems, we'll radio you. Link pearl you.
Yeah.
Big enough to host dinner parties on it, at least.
Then it must have a room for each of us, right? Dinner party? I mean, it's got to have at least a guest room too. We can't just all be... We're not gonna be all stuffed in a room sleeping together. Like in the ship. Can't do that again.
As you remember those horrible, cramped nights. As the 4 of them will head off.
Kijo, right, the ship!
Right! As you remember. How am I getting that back? You hear screaming in your head.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, we can pay. We can go to the ferry port and pay a guy to take it back with for us.
As you
Seriously?
contemplate this, you hear,
I
"Hello!"
could go.
Wait, what did
I
you?
could go in the ship. I could take care of it.
No, you're
Hmm.
coming with us. Yes, little mini Eli.
"Hello! What would you like me to do?" As Kijo points across the room, ripping everybody's attention away from the little robot. Yes, that. I'll ask the port authorities.
How do we know that they'll actually do that?
When we see Kijo's compatriots again, and they ask us where the fuck's our ship, then we'll know. And then we'll explain. We paid a dude and got scammed, and then it was out of our hands and not our fault.
We still have your card, by the way.
Oh no, they're not the card. They just like put their hands on their face and just like bring it down like, oh no.
Not that treasured artifact.
I see you'd like to walk for the rest of our adventures across the continents.
Who knows, if I'm lucky enough with the power of Suzaku, I'll just be able to fly wherever I want.
Oh, yeah. Real and conspicuous strength.
I mean, at this point, once I have it, there's no need to be inconspicuous.
Not how that's gonna work.
I don't know yet, actually. I haven't planned that far.
As you guys continue your banter, feel free to, but you'll probably start making your way out
Yeah.
to start looking at these shrines with Mimi.
So if you're gonna tell us that now we have an airship, depending on what well, you know what, we haven't seen the airship, so I'm just assuming. But you're telling me that now after we have an airship, we still need the card. How
It was a
big is
night.
the card? I hope it's not too big. I hope it's big enough. It needs to be
Hmm.
big, but not too big.
I wonder if it's big enough to fit a card in.
Hmm.
I look forward to you
Worth.
finally deciding to come out of the shadows. You hear from
Yeah.
Kijo as you guys start walking. As you guys will start making your way into the city, you are going to be investigating the various shrines around. As you'll stop at the Adventurers Guild. You'll be able to see Yojimbo's tiny ass shrine again. The donation box in front of it.
Well, she'll go in and investigate. She already left a nice coin last time, so.
As you look it over, it appears the same as last time, only the box, if you dare peer inside, appears empty now. As you glance around, you kind of got to process it last time. But there doesn't seem to be much in the way of clergy here, just a bunch of adventurers. As while looking it over, you also hear, I don't know if it's Hisano, but these shoes don't really feel that bad anymore. As Kijo does a twirl on her feet. I think I figured them out.
It's impressive.
They're
It-
rather high and thin.
As unless you have anything in particular in mind here, Mimi. Unfortunately, there is not much to be gained from Yojimbo's shrine.
She just wants to like look for if there's like a secret area, if there's some sort of like sign, anything she can find in any of the shrines that might lead to a clue.
As you, we will go down the list very quickly, as there are shrines to a bunch of minor kami, a bunch of also like patron saints that have their own like just very tiny shrines around the city. As while going along, Kijo continues to express wonderment at how these shoes do not simply break. But they were also, as you wonder, made by one of the merchant lords, seamstress of the city. So perhaps they just really know how to make these things last.
Are they even comfortable? It looks like it could hurt.
You know, you think you might be able to stab this through somebody's jugular. I might let a d4 of kick damage happen. But as you guys go down the list again, there are multiple Kami, the Magus sisters, a bunch of numerous smaller ones. As you stop at Susano Shrine, the place is designed like a bit of a feasting hall with a theater, which you look at could also easily double as an arena. As in the far back there is a large statue of Yojimbo. Or sorry, not Yojimbo, Susano. Yeah. As you guys step in, though, one of the clergy approaches you. Yes, how can we help you? Are you looking to organize a celebration here?
We're looking around if that's okay.
Well, we don't have much here at the moment. Most of our provisions were used for the festival this week. But, if there's anything we can help you with, please let us know. As if you peek around, there's not really much of note here. The shrine is very well kept. Again, this place looks like... If I wanted to be comedic about it, it looks like a Chuck E. Cheese with just rows of tables and then a stage for things to happen on.
So just walking, have a look around.
As after a bit, again, you don't really find anything of note here. You think back to last night, Susana was already here and gone as you look over at Kijo. But eventually you guys will make your, continue on your way. You'll stop by a few patron saints, another few shrines, as the next one of note you are able to stop at that really stands out to you guys is Suzaku's. Which, as you're standing in front of it, Trin, like Susanu's, this is one of the larger ones. They certainly spared no expense here.
And the one in Boschna's bigger.
As you contemplate that and step inside, compared to the few you've seen here, which are either rather threadbare like Yojimbo's, or look like a feasting hall, inside here is basically a hospital. There are supplies laid out. You see like bandages, sutures, etc. There are plenty of beds. And there is, as with all of them, a large statue of a Firebird, for this being Suzaku's place. As, while you guys are on your way, Kijo will wave you off here and start heading to take care of her situation at the docks. But as you stop in here, it takes a little bit before one of the clergy make their way over to you. Hello there. Is there anything you need? Sick, ailing?
Hi, I came here to just look around, if it's okay, but, she'll go to a table and create food and water and just, like, make as much as she can. I will also like to donate this, if it's okay.
Absolutely. As they look it over. Conjured food is always appreciated. It's not always excuse me, patient's favorite, but it provides the basic nutritional value. As they'll give you a nod, you will have free reign of the place for the day. again, like the previous ones, there is not much of note, though. Trin, you look at the shrine and you feel a little bit of an affinity for it. You feel very comfortable here. Not that it necessarily helps your state of mind.
Yeah.
Mimi is
So-
walking around looking at everything.
I know you said you're looking for something out of the ordinary, but what entails that?
I don't know, maybe a symbol out of place, maybe some, I don't know, something.
Those kind of
That's
things can
good.
be a bit hard to discern if this is our first time at these shrines. We could also just ask the clergy if they've noticed anything strange as of late, outside of the revel.
Oh, you think they might know something? Yeah, sure.
Well, think about it this way, Mimi. They've been here a lot more than we have.
Makes sense.
We just got here. There's no way for us to know what's normal. Something that we might think stands out might be something that was there from day one.
Yeah, I mean, Kijo found Anima without knowing anything about the other place, so I figured maybe it would be kind of the same. But yeah, I guess it's silly to think it might just. Okay, we can ask.
Yeah.
As after a moment, the woman's making her way back through. You flag her down again. Oh, yes? You need something more?
Yeah, we're looking for some stuff. Have you noticed anything out of the normal, out of the ordinary around here?
As she taps her chin and thinks about it. Let us see what the gods decide.
Go.
Nat 20.
Yes!
As she thinks about it. Not too much to say. There was, a rather luxurious dressed woman. I believe her name was Fu, was here for shortly. A rather peculiarly dressed clown woman. Harlequin. I believe that's what they're called, yes.
Oh.
And
Also, Nyx made her way here at some point.
a rather dour-looking Lullafell. She offered to help with the wounded for a while before making her way off for more charity work. It seemed rather curious. Most people don't spend so much time doing those things during the revel.
Okay, guys, there's definitely something here.
And then I believe she like scratches her head for a moment. Oh yes, I wasn't there for it myself, but I heard that Unity was apparently here very briefly.
As in the voice of Unity?
Yes.
I mean, they did set out not that long after we were going to.
Apparently they were here. They were congratulating the clergy on their work. Offered us a healthy donation before heading back off to attend to some kind of important business. But that's all I can think of, really. The Unity, I guess, was a bit of a surprise, because if he'd arrived during the festival, it would have been quite the event. And I hadn't heard anything of him otherwise.
Did they donate anything specifically, or just Gil?
Just Gil, a healthy amount of it. They do that every now and then to support our endeavors in treating those who can't afford proper hospitals.
Hmm. Well, I guess outside of the case of the usual visitor, there's nothing really much going on here then. Right, Mimi?
Yeah? I guess.
I
Check
believe
out the other shrines.
I believe he also frequently offers patronage to the Tsukuyomi Shrine. We tend to coordinate with their clergy a lot. They tend to provide food, blankets, clothing, shelter. We do our best with those, but we also spend our time healing people in a much more literal sense.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm very sorry if that wasn't terribly helpful.
No, it was actually very helpful. We're just not sure in what way yet.
Is there, anything else I can do?
Hmm. Anything else, Mimi?
No, I think we're good.
As she'll give you all a bow and start making her way off. As if you guys look around again, there's nothing you can really identify out of place here.
Voice of
I would-
Unity.
Why would they all come here though?
Well, I can't much speak for Nyx or Yu, aside from whatever Yu's plotting. But with the Voice of Unity, well, apparently he works for the Alliance. So, even if it's just to keep appearances, he'd probably just visit and keep appearances. Apparently it's not uncommon for him to make gracious donations to the shrines.
As you guys think about this, for the three of you, each of you roll me a d20 real quick. It'll be insight. See if anything comes to your mind while you're thinking about this.
Dirty 20.
An 8.
16 with an insight of...
So, yep.
As for you, Mimi, with an 8, that's still a 14. As you guys are all thinking about this, Mimi, you do think it's weird that he just kind of showed up and there was no big drum roll about his presence. For you, Trin, and Nihilus in particular, while thinking about it, you're like, isn't he supposed to be organizing Finn joining the Alliance?
Yeah.
And yet he whisked over here to make some donations?
There's that, like,
Was...
there's like that nonchalant, like arms crossed look, and then the dots start connecting. Wait,
Yeah.
what is he doing in Kugane?
How could he be here, to be honest? Just
No one really announced it or anything. That's weird, right?
completely unheard.
Which means they wanted to keep it
Obscene.
secret for some reason. But he was supposed to be coordinating things with Finn.
Well, maybe that's why he didn't want no one to know he was here.
Why would he want people to know he's here? Why even come here?
I don't want to think that word of our plan leaking is what led him here.
Well, that's so. Are we truly such a threat to all of them?
I
I
don't
almost
think
feel. Part of me wishes it would make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I think, though,
Does Kate like you?
there was a lot of reasons people like. But
I want 3 children.
it probably did not say through.
I mean, you didn't read it.
I didn't because I respected her privacy.
I could read it! As little Eli raises a hand.
Did you read it?
No.
Oh. Good. Good.
I would like to, though. Absorbing information is one of my directives.
Perhaps not all information should be absorbed early on.
That has been noted. Thank you.
That to be of help. Though, if the voice of Unity did make his way to this temple, assuming it is the voice of Unity, where else did he go? And who would know, if anyone?
Maybe a little socialite friend. I mean, she did just say it was her, Nyx. She probably caught a bit of the voice of Unity. This is only assuming they all came at the same time, which is very unlikely.
I could go ask Miss Fu, shouldn't I?
It's up to you if you want to see her again.
You look at the ring on your finger, Nihilus. Do you want to see her again?
I think it would be extremely awkward to see her again after like that.
Fair.
So that shouldn't stop anyone else from seeing.
Are you trying to insinuate something?
I mean, wouldn't you and me perhaps go and speak with Fu?
I can go as you.
Don't. I'm gonna have to go with you to make sure you don't turn into me.
What do you mean? Put her up to the test.
What test is that?
See if she can identify a fake or not. What do you thought it? What you thought I meant?
I don't know. I don't know most of the time what you mean.
If I didn't know anybody, you're probably blushing under that armor.
I am not.
Man,
I'm
how'd she feel
assuming.
if two Nihiluses approached her? She'd think she was ready for a good time. Be sorely disappointed one way or the other.
As you groan in agony, Nihilus, Boko rubs their cheek against you. Their soothing fluff. As will you guys break off to go to the last few shrines, Mimi, or are you gonna go with them to see Fu?
She would probably keep going with the team since by herself she could get into trouble. You know, lady by herself.
What are the shrines that are left in the city?
A handful of them, for, again, more patrons and minor kami, but mostly, name blanking. Notes, save me. The shrine you met Yu at.
Tsukuyomi.
Tsukuyomi, thank you.
We could still check out the other shrine and see if there's any other leads. We don't have to jump at the first ones we find.
You're absolutely correct. Let's put that off as far as possible.
As you guys will go hit up the last few shrines, as you will also stop at Yama's shrine. As with here, it is much the same, or as you know this character more personally as Hades from your brief conversation through a lich. But the place is just a morgue. They don't seem to have much business other than a few people who had a little too much to drink, or ended up choking after eating a little too much.
I sincerely hope we didn't put me. That would
But-
just be awkward.
But there will be no new information here, as you will make your way to the final shrine. As you head inside, you notice the place is very empty right now. Between rows of tables with currently very few people here, enjoying some free meals. You notice a certain Lalafell sweeping across the room.
Before she's noticed, she's going to try the anima empathy to try and like get the vibes of this Lala.
For that, I believe its range is 20 feet, so you will have to close the distance. As Mimi starts heading in, will you two follow?
Yeah.
As there isn't much in the way of cover, you start making your way over to Yu as she eventually looks over, seeing the three of you, stops sweeping, puts the broom aside. As Mimi, you step into range and activate your ability from Anima.
Mm-hmm. Do I feel mummy vibes? What is this?
As for you, Trin, Nihilus, you see the faintest little red glow spark up from Mimi, though nobody else seems to take note of it. As you step closer to her, you feel absolutely defeated.
Oh wow.
You almost want to start crying, but you also just feel too exhausted to cry. As you look over at her, she looks back at you with that usual blank but pleasant expression on her face. Is there something I can help you three with?
Hey, we're gonna look around if that's okay with you.
If you need anything, I can help. There isn't much of note going on here. Simply the usual, as she motions to a few people eating.
Have you seen Unity? Or maybe a girl that's like dressed kind of like a clown?
I have seen Nyx through the city, though not here. Unity did come accompanied by a woman.
What woman?
A well-dressed one, I believe, Delman.
Scribes foo.
Nods her head.
You see him slowly close his eyes. Oh,
Maybe we'll probably notice that, like, with the vibe check.
As you feel, Nihilus.
More defeated than you.
it's like defeated and concerned and just I want to scream, but too defeated to scream.
As a new sense of being defeated washes over you. This one not as bad. But it swirls with other emotions.
Yeah.
They exchanged a few words with me and offered this shrine their apparently usual donations. Again, if there's anything else, feel free to look around. I don't think you'll find anything interesting, though.
Hmm.
While the conversation was going, she was still like trying to like detect anything she could feel like if it's different because Kijo did mention that someone else was talking for her at one point, so she's just trying to see if she can feel something else in there.
As you try to feel something else, you do not. You just feel this deep, deep depression, this hopeless defeatedness. I believe
She'll take
from our previous conversation, as she looks at you, Mimi, I told you the conditions. Unfortunately, there is no negotiation in that.
Yeah, well, tell Zalira I'm getting my family back. All my family back. I'm not gonna need their help for it.
You may certainly attempt to. Is there anything else?
You Can you tell us what the voice?
Sorry, maybe we'll just look around, like not really sure if she should look around the area or not.
Can you tell us what the voice of Unity was doing here?
He offered his usual donation and exchanged a few words with me.
Few words, huh?
Yes.
Might I ask what those words were?
Well, as Mimi, you are feeling Yu in front of you right now. As she opens her mouth with well, you feel a sharp mental pain and fear just shoot through her, and as such through you. Unfortunately, I cannot. It was a private matter.
I assume that thing was talking through you. It doesn't really matter in the end, I suppose. Whatever those two are plotting, it will fail. I have nothing else to boast.
Unfortunately, from my perspective, it doesn't seem like either of them will. It's rather which between them will triumph. But you are welcome to your belief.
Welcome to your what?
You are welcome to your beliefs. They won't matter once you perish.
I seriously doubt that.
Now, now, is that all? I still
Could
have.
you
Hmm?
could you give them a message? Dad and the others.
I could, though I doubt they'd understand it anymore.
Me. Up. She's gonna hug you.
As you do, you feel surprise from her. And then a strong urge to want to act, to want to do something. What you aren't exactly sure. Cry, hug, say a thousand things they know they shouldn't, but they ultimately just stand there with a blank face at you.
Ellen, to stay strong, and we'll do. We'll get this figured out. We'll get everyone out of here. Everyone, okay?
Their strength is all that's left.
She'll stay in that hug for a bit, and then slowly let go.
As you let go, you will look to you three, give you a bow, and then start reaching for the broom.
Do you still want to look around, Mimi? Or?
We can, yeah, we can look around just in case, but yeah, we may not find anything, but it's worth a shot, right?
As you glance around, you don't necessarily find anything out of place, or at least nothing you would recognize as strange here. There's no, like, yes, this place is an alms for the poor, but there are hidden guns in the back. Why are they smuggling arms shipments through here kind of stuff? No, the place is a very simple and well-kept shrine.
So you walked away, and we're, like, looking around. She's gonna just mention to Nihilus, when you asked about Unity, something was up. She had, like, there was a sharp sense of, like, pain and fear. Like, she was scared that she kept something. There was something she wasn't saying.
It was the Scion puppeting.
Maybe Unity is in Zalira's team.
It seems like they both want to kill each other. No Scion works together with another, it seems. A benefit we need to take full advantage of.
As you guys will look around and eventually start making your way out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
As Kijo, I also wanted to check with you real quick. You're heading off toward the docks and the Adventurers Guild. What was your plan exactly? So, question. I have answers. Do we have blah, 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 and if we do, given your people's operations, I imagine you have at least a, like, house here, or some kind of building you guys frequent for when you're working in Kugane and around it. And while it might be, full of people, you surely pay, like, for a house sitter while nobody's here. Given the heart of where you guys are, looking at the map real quick, is, like, right here along the coastline on Doma, the larger island proper. So saying you guys have, like, a safe house and somebody who keeps it in order is perfectly fine. As you want to figure out how to get it back to Finn, and well, me, Kobe's Guild, figure it out. That's definitely an approach. I also think it would be acceptable, again, with you having, like, a small safe house here. You could talk to the housekeeper there, and through them probably contract for them to go along with, like, the next large merchant ship coming through, and basically have their ship, your little sloop of a ship, tag along. If you go through Yurikobi, nothing. Though you might be paying with some, in future indebtedness and general expectations there. As you just go to him, you explain the situation, he's like, I see, yes. Well, I do owe you for the tournament, and your reward cost me nothing, personally. As there's a bit of a smile across his face. So I can see to compensating some sailors to see your ship home. I wanted yours, you know. It was the best one. As you write that on a paper in front of him. As he nods his head in agreement. It is a ship worthy of my command. Anyway, thanks, bye, as you give him a wave and rush off. As you'll eventually be making up to the others. As the three of you, was there anything else you'd like to do? As you've gone through all the shrines, you're hitting around noon now.
At this point, freaking Trin just picks up fucking discounted street vendor food and is just fucking eating octopus balls while everyone's deciding what else to do, and just like, ow. Well, now what?
As you are eating the street food, Boko leans in every now and then like, can I have some? Can I have some?
Yeah, here you go. You're blowing it a little bit, it's still hot.
Consumes.
There you go.
Boko will steal a chomp. She takes most of the one you offer her.
Should we
That's
get
fine, I got
rations,
more.
by the way?
Rations.
Should we maybe get some rations before leaving, maybe, or?
I think we had more than enough.
No, let's see. When I'm thinking about how many rations we had before heading out, we had, it says 15 rations and 15 water skins.
Yep, that's how many days worth of each you have.
Yeah.
You got 15
mean,
days
we're not-
worth of food. Ijo has 13 days.
But we've got a good share of food. I mean, we can bring back something so we can have a hot meal for today at least. Some genuine doman.
Better than what this here got us.
I mean, it really depends on your palate.
I like those movies.
Yeah, most of you have
oddly satisfying.
have like over a week's worth of rations. A good chunk of you closer to 2 weeks. Along with, Mimi is able to conjure food that it does not taste great, but can satisfy all of you, basically indefinitely.
We can get some odayaki, we can get some taiyaki, we can get some takoyaki, we can get some dango.
A lot of things in
some
with
of these-
yaki.
Well, it's I have a lesson here somewhere. I mean, it's popular street food for a reason.
I was not programmed with the information. Please enlighten me.
It's
Oh,
mostly
it's-
just meaning that it was cooked over direct heat.
Ah, neat.
I see. Thank you. This information has been recorded.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like it's been put over a skillet, or roasted over a fire, or fried.
So most things that were made would be considered something yaki.
If you
Yes.
guys would like to grab some food supplies for the road, there are definitely plenty of places you can stop by for such a thing.
I mean, Most of the times, these vendors usually pack up for a big number of guests, and yet they always end up with a surplus. That's why they're on sale now.
Yeah,
I suppose.
They have like in these stores, they have like boxes of food. They
You mean like
put
lunch
in
boxes?
little boxes. Yeah.
Oh,
you can get big
obento?
boxes of those.
They
Bent.
make little lunch boxes. Sometimes they make the apples shaped like bunnies, or they make the little sausages shaped like octopi.
Huh.
Let's get
I've never.
food.
You give them
Oh.
little smiley faces too. You cut a little smile, and then they warm up, and because the sausage expands a little bit, and then it looks like it's smiling at you. Kids love that.
I've never considered that.
Yeah,
That's so-
hot octopus.
Yes.
As you
The consumption of
contemplate this.
For a nihilist perspective, the consumption of something that eats that as a face. It sounds basic.
As you think about this, Nihilus, you realize something you didn't get while you were here. Some kind of ancient tome of culinary lore.
Oh. I need to find one of those. I must find a Kuganin, Domin, something. I'm not sure which culture it is, but a cookbook of these kinds of cuisines.
Oh yeah.
Preferably
find that.
one that is a complete encyclopedia.
I don't see why you couldn't find that.
As
Try to draw a hot dog. Whenever I make my little hot dogs.
It looks like his life is pain, but he's dealing with it
Look,
every day. He's dealing with it one
Oh,
day at a
I want to
time.
give him a little curve.
Hold on, I gotta use my tablet. Keep going. I'm listening.
He's trying his best every day, but every day gets worse.
As Nihilus, you guys will make a stop by the market roads. You'll be able to find a Kuganin and a Domin cookbook. When they notice who you are, they give it to you at a gold apiece.
I will give them more gold than that.
If you would like to get it at price, they would be 3 gold each.
That you wouldn't. You'd give them the 3 gold anyway. You would give it anyway.
As along with that horrific book of fairy culinary delights, you now have 2 for Kuganes and Domins, which, as you flip through them like casually, you guys are making your way along, are rather similar. But but the Kuganin one seems to have like some foreign recipes that have like adopted things from the Empire, Finn, etc. into like Domin meals as well.
You just like, I guess now it's on Boko reading these. I think you just start stacking the books next to each other on Boko. Just like comparing, contrasting. What happens if I combine the phase cooking with dough? Would this work? No, that wouldn't. It would be too clash.
Interesting.
As for the 3 of you, was there anywhere else you wanted to go major before heading out?
Looking, Mimi will also be looking for like Domin drinks.
Those will also be cataloged in the cookbook, so you don't have to
Oh hell yeah! Okay. Perfect.
pay for extra. There are drinks in there along with food.
Nice.
I suppose I should ask Fu about the Voice of Unity's business here.
I mean, you make it seem like it's such a heavy burden. You don't have to. It's fine. We've got
I
plenty
don't-
of information already. We just need to kind of gloss it over and see what it all means.
Maybe I'm making more of a mess of it than it really is, but I Can I confide in something in the both of you?
Sure.
And I mean this.
Boko
I
leans in curiously.
pet. I am extremely tempted by food.
Like, as in, like, you're into that? Or, like, like, what do you mean? I didn't think you liked the showgirl type. I mean, we learn something new about ourselves every day.
Very attractive.
Uh-huh.
She seems to have a passing interest at the very least. But I have. Okay. It's difficult. I feel like I don't want to mess things up with her as much as I already have. I care about the kid. I really do. Were I the man I was when I started my escapades out in the world, the wedding would have been done. The wedding, honeymoon, and first few nights would have been done with already.
With Fu? Do
Indeed.
you think that's moving quite fast?
She seems to be a very fast-moving person, and I have no qualms with it. At least I do. Well, I have never had a...
I called Kato a dog.
I've never had problems with that before. I've never had a relationship like I do with a kid before. The talks we have, the stories we share. She's something special.
It's okay if you just don't see somebody like that, you know? It's just a matter of, I guess, how you worry about it. Or how you handle it. Oh no, I fucking
As one of the takoyaki falls onto the ground, defeated.
Yes,
Boko
I'm
goes
sure.
and steals it up.
Just gone immediately.
Just
Alright, so-
completely loses track of what they were talking about. Okay. What was I saying? It seems like a very complicated situation, and man, am I happy I'm not you right now. But, maybe see how you feel after some time away. I mean, it might just been so much time since you've had this sort of attention from someone like her. Like, it might seem special to you, but to her it might not seem like anything big. You know what I'm saying? Seems like she was ready to give that sort of performance for anybody. I mean, if you also don't care, like you just said, then I guess I can't really. I feel like I'm not the kind of person who has the proper advice for this. I feel like this is more of a question for Juliet. She's the one that needs to go around sleeping with people.
This information
that,
has
but-
been recorded.
You stop! Will you warn us?
Eli, can you delete the last 3 days of your audio records?
Understood.
Yes, do that.
Would you like to hear them just to be sure?
Nope.
No.
Maybe we should listen.
No.
Information deleted.
Regardless, right as though Juliet sleeping around with all kinds of people is something negative. I mean, I'm no better than that. Is that what your opinion of me?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to to really gauge that sort of thing. I've never been able to. I've never really had the luxury of doing whatever I want. That includes who I allow into my bed.
I suppose old habits seem to die hard with certain people. Yeah.
I guess all I can really say is that you probably communicate with Kate that you don't see her that way. Because unfortunately, in her according to her diary, you're the man for her.
No, it's not. The Kate is the one I feel special towards. I'll just admit it. For the benefits than anything, but I don't care about that. But Imperials don't marry food. They marry for politics.
I mean, the upper crust seem to. I'm sure if you went into any old little family-owned cafe or business or even a farmstead, probably hear a cute little tale about how they met when the new farmhand came and how he tripped over a sheep, something stupid like that, and how the farmer's daughter just was so. As
she says, as Trin says, it's that something stupid. He looks at her incredulously. His arms folded.
What?
I don't think that my parents' meeting is stupid.
Oh, was that your parents? Well, I didn't know. I thought I was making something up on the fly, but the point is that you have an example right there that Imperials don't do that thing you just said they do.
Imperials that are in charge. Imperials with responsibilities.
Well, don't you want to change how the Empire works anyway? Start in your own house. Doesn't change first start at home. Or some stupid bullshit like that.
Suppose it does.
Well, there you go.
Though even Kate brought up the point of food being incredibly useful in terms of politicking.
Because being the Emperor, is it going to be enough?
My influence would only be in the city. Although the Alliance doesn't care about Imperial authority.
You can do something about that, you know, right? You can
Well,
try to forge alliances with the Alliance.
Yes, I would. When I marry food. A high-ranking noblewoman in the Alliance with some benefits. A foot in the door, even if it isn't exactly my own.
You're right. You could take the easy way out and not, get it through actual merits of your own. Have that held against you.
I'm not saying I wouldn't try that too. He just holds up the hand. It's just kind of, I'm in a thing right now, Trin.
That's a really nice ring, Trin.
Yeah. That's a nice ring.
Yes, it is. Isn't it?
Yeah, you didn't have to accept that. Look, okay, you know what? I think you're going to be barking up the wrong tree if you're going to ask somebody who was going to be forced to marry someone she had no central affection for and be forced on for in her bed. You're not talking to the right person right now, Nihilus. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't think you're talking to the right person. I don't know what you want from me.
Yes, I don't want anything. I just wanted to get it out. I suppose. I don't know if there's... I don't know. I'm in a confusing place there, I think.
I think some time in the air should be able to hopefully clear your head. You might not get the answer to what you want, but maybe it'll just be a little bit clearer to see the options before you.
As
There's been a
Nihilus.
lot of
Sorry to interrupt. You go first, Trin.
There's been a lot of hustle and bustle and buzzing and everything going on, and I think we all need a good bit of time of quiet and solitude.
Vacation from a vacation.
Sure.
As Boko will nuzzle against you affectionately.
Nuzzles.
You have a brief moment. Another lady vying for your attention.
Oh, this is complicated.
As you
At
pass
least you're not.
down the street, you see Kijo, food in hand. As Kijo, you've been making your way through the city. Guards have looked at you. Some even dared to almost approach you. But every single time they would recognize who you are, or somebody else would stop them.
That's so fucking good.
As Kijo approaches with a large amount of food.
I'm not even surprised.
Oh, hell yeah, somebody speaking my language.
As, do you guys think you're ready to go?
Did we get those boxes? The bento boxes?
Yeah, we can say we stop by for like some bento and other food.
How many air quote, days of rations are you guys getting?
I mean, we already have enough. Trent's idea was just having a proper like little lift-off dinner. If the ship has a dining room, like I heard we should have like a proper lift-off dinner, and then we can just survive home leftovers.
Ah, okay. In that respect, then it'll be just you guys collect them, and you'll be able to go on your way.
Yeah.
Negligible cost at that point.
If they do pass back to where Yu is, she's gonna have like a little look, like trying to like ignore it, and then she's gonna be like, "Ah, screw it." She's gonna run back in.
As you are passing by there one last time, making your way toward the airship tower, so you guys can finally prepare for liftoff. You guys are passing by the shrine as Mimi starts bolting towards it. As during this moment in particular, Trin, you and Kijo were sharing a moment of unspoken camaraderie as you both had armsfuls of food.
Mouth, just hamster.
You understand. You understand. You're not being reminded of nearly she was eating while Diabolus had his hand on Gaudo's face. God damn it. I remember that in the dream sequence. But yes, Mimi, you barge back inside, seeing Yu having finished sweeping. She seems to have gotten herself just a basic bowl of food.
Okay. One more thing. I forgot to ask. I'm not sure if you'll know, but I want to try. First of all, anime empathy again, just in case.
There's that same feeling with a hint of confusion that you came barging back.
Do you know what happened to Sashka after she left the
I do know.
What was it? How did she,
She traveled far to the west to find a way to untether herself from her fate. She is in your company right now, so to speak. At least, half of her. The half that Zalir would want. The other half has probably gone to... I believe they call him Yama here, as Zalir had no interest in it.
Am I here? Who's that?
Most people refer to him as Hades.
But how did she get there? Like, what happened to her? She was fine when she was with me. Something must have happened.
He had been slowly dying for a long time.
Wait, what? Since when?
She had inhaled red mist in the battle that claimed the rest of Luminous Wings. You could say that fight killed her too, just much more slowly.
But she acted normal when we were back home. That thing kills. No, like, just trying to think back to the times and the times where she would know, she would notice Mom being a little off.
Yeah, definitely moments of weakness. Her hiding her hands because she accidentally cut herself or something like that.
She'll sigh. Well, thank you. And, until we get you all back, take care, okay?
I will be preparing for a bountiful harvest.
What was that about? What?
Sorry about that. I will be preparing for a bountiful harvest.
I will be preparing to kick Zalira's ass. So, stay tuned for that, okay? Okay, well, I'll leave you to,
As she gives you a nod.
and, thanks again. Bye. So awkwardly walk off.
Take care, Mime.
You too, Mom. Stuff.
As you, with Anima's ability to feel others, you feel a bit of warmth and heartbreak shoot through her at that as you leave and return to the others.
Have I found out what happened to Mom?
Yes.
And
She also got killed by the red mist. Just she was stronger, and it took a little longer to take her. But apparently she was sick for a long time. I didn't even know. Guess I've been thinking she just left me because she was tired of me, but it's because she was dying.
I'm sorry.
As you say that, Nihilus, you instinctively also feel your hand move onto the crystal.
She said part of her is with us, and the other part is with Hades.
That would make sense. He kind of pulls out the soul crystal.
She'll look at it.
It would probably be far too sudden to just go back to the life stream. If anything, I'd imagine she's butt pestering Hades at every given moment.
Well, finally know what happened. Finally had the courage to actually want to know.
For whatever that's worth. I'm proud, Mimi. It's nice to see that you're willing to go that far to give your answers now.
Don't nod. I could really do with a hug, though.
All right.
Grab your hands.
As you pick up the potato and give her a hug. A Boko coming in from the other side to gently smoosh the potato.
The armor is poking on her. She's like, oh, this hurts.
Ah, this is not remotely comfortable. Why did I think this was a good idea?
Oh no, I made a
Ow, this
mistake.
hurt. Ow, this hurts, Boko. Oh, that's soft. Ow, this hurts. Oh, that's soft.
My back is nice and soft, but the front, ow.
My spine feels great, but my ribs are in torment.
As during the hug, you toss a little bit of food to Boko. Kijo, she like wiggles around trying to catch it, but she refuses to leave proximity of Mimi right now.
I would like to think when Boko approaches, both Boko and like partially Nihilus is sunk inside. So both Mimi and Nihilus are slightly sunk inside. You can't see Mimi at all. It's just like Nihilus back out of the fluff. That's it.
Hey.
As with this, are you all ready to make your way to the airship? As we look at all the wonderful foods that Squeaky has drawn.
We got all that.
This one's a work in progress. I'm not done yet.
It's okay.
Is that the fish? Fish filling?
That's taiyaki. That's the fish pancake with the red bean paste. And that's takoyaki, the little balls with the little freaking mayonnaise and bonito flakes and a little bit of like green onion.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, there's just dango, and then the other one's the mitarashi dango with like some sweet soy sauce. And that's pretty good. And I'm just making the yakitori right now. You gotta give it a bit. I gotta put on the teriyaki glaze, and I gotta put a little bit of salt char on this. This is like, I don't know how to do this shit.
This is imperative to the experience.
Exactly. You need to understand all the things Nihilus can now make.
I can't. I tried to. I looked at freaking okonomiyaki, and I'm just like, nah, it's too hard. I'm not drawing that shit. But it's cool.
As you, 6. Sorry, I almost forgot to count Boko and Mini Eli.
Oh fuck.
Make your way through the city to the central tower, where there are a few airships gathered around it. You hear a "Hey!" as Juliet waves over at you guys.
Wave.
Took you long enough. We're all ready to fly.
Hey,
Yeah.
which is our ship?
We're just getting food.
She points up to the top of the spire as you see this very sleek ship. It is notably smaller than a lot of the other ships. But stands out as having, unlike a lot that have like balloons on them, this one is purely propellers. It's got a massive one with 2 smaller ones on the top of it, and then 3 in the back with the same thing of a massive one and 2 smaller ones.
Huh.
I rolled and it's a 2.
Mimi,
Roll for what?
you look up at this horrific spire. This screaming metal death trap.
This has a dining room.
And a 19. What, Mimi?
As you guys take a moment, you see Mimi fleeing as fast as her little potato legs can waddle.
Oh, God damn it!
Probably go get her.
Must I be the wrangler every time?
Go get him, Nihilus!
Teleport. 10 seconds back. There we go. Zoom.
As you start running after, as Kijo, you look at Boko. Boko looks at you. Boko approaches. She starts pecking at your chest and the sauce on it.
This has a dining room.
Yeah.
Is this the one? Does it? Okay. What other amenities does it have? It looks like a dining.
So, doesn't have a bath, unfortunately. It's got a bathroom, a little kitchen, dining room area. That takes the first deck with 4 bedrooms, not large ones. Not for, like, 2 people if you want to squeeze up close. And then the lower deck's got 4 more rooms and the engine. With a little bit of storage. Enough for us to get all our stuff on, at least.
Okay, so
It's really economical with the space.
8 individual rooms.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we can make this work.
I'll have to steal Din in the future to give a proper floor plan of the place. But it's bigger than the sloop you guys were like on before, and definitely thicker.
I wonder if the little map making program that you used for this can make something like the ship layout.
I could try. It doesn't really have like a ship aesthetic yet. It has like a ship model you can slap down on it, but it's like a normal boat.
Oh, okay.
Also, as
Okay.
But yeah, basically, it's not the biggest one. It's pretty sleek though. It looks like it's made of metal. It's pretty sturdy looking.
Okay.
And nice thing about it, anything ever crazy happens, we have to touch down over water. It apparently can float.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I heard from the guy who was helping us get everything on, apparently some Republic ships are so heavy and made of metal that they'll just sink straight to the bottom of the ocean. Thankfully, that won't be us.
Oh. Yeah, thankfully that won't be us.
As you guys will make your way up onto the ship, as behind Nihilus you eventually catch the small potato.
She is struggling and wiggling all around. She's like, no!
Me.
I'll go in a boat!
No, you won't.
Yeah, let me go!
We have to take the airship, Mimi. It will be alright. What is it about flying that makes you so terrified?
Still like flying.
Okay, well, I'm not a terribly huge fan of this either right now, but I'm still willing to give it a chance. We can't overcome our fears if we never face them.
Working on that. Too much, though.
As I will take the Kugane art and the manor, and we will say goodbye to these for now.
No,
As
let's go back. We have to clean the house. We forgot to clean the house. You need to go
We
back.
did not, in fact, forget to clean the house.
You missed a spot.
I didn't.
Alright! We all ready to go?
No!
Perfect! As
It'll
Hammer
be
gives a grin and a
okay.
big thumbs up. As Jimmy will get a +1 by Raven.
She will use that roll to try and escape. No, we're just kidding.
Unfortunately. You'll be rolling a -1 against Nihilus' 7. So I'm not going to have that roll happen and have you waste the +1 as you wiggle fruitlessly under his arm as he carries you like a sack of potatoes.
Or just one very large potato.
As to get inside the ship proper, it's got like a decent sized deck. You guys are able to like walk around on it. It's got safety railings. You can look off at the whole of Kugane from up here and out at the ocean. As to get into the ship proper, you have to step into like a little interior area, which has like the controls. As Nihilus, you step inside as you're like, yeah, let me look at these so I can learn them. You see a bunch of buttons and nozzles and gauges and levers, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
This is like a damn spaceship in here. I don't know these controls.
Yeah, even you look over them,
at?
Trin. You have seen airships in Doma. Most of them tend to be wood and have balloons. This one is completely incomprehensible to you.
Well then.
What I will not do is like what we did in that tunnel dungeon where I just pressed everything. I'm not going to touch any of these. Something tells me that's how we die.
Mimi's struggling more now.
Right, Hannah? That's how we die if I press every single button here.
Yeah,
Not-
yeah, we might die if you do that. Through a number of different ways. The engine could explode. You could crash us into the ground. You could flip the ship upside down, and we all fall
I just
off
keep
it.
looking at Mimi with this freaking gremlin look on their face.
Will you both cease?
Why?
Oh, sorry.
I didn't think you were scared of heights, Nihilus.
I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of the sudden stop after the fall. You're not helping Mimi's case here.
As Kijo joins and you looking at the controls, nodding her head like, I have no idea. These are an enigma to me. As we need you guys to plot your course. As you guys know, you are here in Doma. You have the ability to fly, so you may go over islands now. But if one of you would like to volunteer to draw the line for the path you will take.
I know what I'm gonna do. I suggest no.
As Trin seems to suggest the most straight line possible.
Is there any reason why we shouldn't take the most direct route?
Nothing in particular. You know up here is Sakura's home. You know the places with the dots are also areas to the underworld, the Palace of the Dead. And on the map there are 2 settlements along the coast.
What are these 2 towns here? And they're either equipped for airships.
Most of you are not that well versed on Bajna in general. Though, Kijo, you know a fair amount, as you've been there at least once or twice on work. As the southern one tends to be the capital, there are a lot of strange folk that come through. The island itself is mostly populated by Mikote and Rothgar. It is an island mostly populated by catfolk. As from the southern one, people tend to sail beyond this continent's borders, either heading further south or far off to the east. People rarely return from these kinds of ventures, taking well over a year if anybody, for anybody who has returned. And you know vanishing little about what lies beyond the continent. As for the northern one, this is a pretty common port. This is the place you probably actually visited. And it's basically the hub for people coming in and coming out, heading to the Republic, toward Doma. A lot more trade flows through there directly. And Kijo, I assume, will pass this information off to you guys.
Mm.
So you could just fly a straight line. You could detour slightly to stop at a town, get the lay of the land potentially. You could go all the way over here to visit Sakura's house.
Oh,
You could also say, fuck it, we have an airship now, and just prank Trin and turn around.
eh,
I mean, Trin wouldn't know where the hell you're going.
it's-
If we want to dock one of these places, as Kijo would point out the two to you. Pretty sure the capital will have one? Probably. Haven't been.
Do we know where the ruins are?
When it comes to places where you guys potentially know ruins, you know in Doma proper, in this spooky forest, there are plenty of ruins.
yeah.
Who knows when it comes to the ocean proper, or Bajda.
Okay, so hear me out. I was told there's probably secrets in the ruins. You get the ship and go over there, and I'll get a boat, and I can go investigate the ruins in the meantime.
No.
But I have to go check those ruins, so maybe... I know, you guys are in a hurry to go to the other place, so maybe you can go without me. Yeah? And I can get down off this boat. This ship, and get into a boat. Right?
It's
We're
okay.
flying. What's that,
It's
Chin?
no, it's okay, Mimi. Don't worry. You know,
Uh,
whenever I was getting a little bit sick from the not movement I ever did because I never left Doma Castle, my mama
Mhm.
told me that there was one thing I could do that could make it all go away.
what's
You
that?
take a couple deep breaths, and then I cast sleep.
She was all flat on her face, just plump. Unless someone catches her, she's just gonna...
As
Grab.
Mimi
Just grab.
face just goes limp. As you can tuck her into a bed.
There you go.
You know, the more you do that when she's facing fear, the less likely she is to actually overcome it.
Well, she can't overcome it if she can't think rationally, now can she?
Hey, she'll be able to overcome it over the... who knows how long we're gonna be in the air.
When she wakes up and realizes, wow, I'm still alive, it might actually just help her a little bit.
As you all hear in your heads. So Hammer, you have only about a minute to take off. Well, let's get going! As Hammer starts pulling levers and hitting buttons.
Wait, what?
As you guys all on the ship feel it jostle slightly, as you look outside, the propellers above start whirling a lot to life. As you guys start ascending and pulling away from the dock.
Oh, here we go.
As alright, so again, to quickly answer, do you guys want to go as straight there as possible? Do you want to hit up one of the towns on the way?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn about Bosna, right?
Hmm.
We are flying somewhat blind here.
So you kind of want to go like straight for here, and then you guys will try like bouncing straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No grievances there.
As you get to go much further because you guys are using the fast airship now.
Meow. Meow.
As,
Pulls out the loot. We're gonna fly now!
as yeah, compared to the week to get from here to Kugane, it's gonna take 4 days.
Off
Oh.
I figure the northern town is worth looking at, just so we aren't flying over foreign skies without knowing where or how to land.
Off
Yeah.
to the gods only know where, up in the sky.
You having your fun there?
No.
Look.
No. He's like pull out the lead, just
As okay, it's going to be increased by 1 day.
Oh no.
No.
As you guys fly off, you are going to take 5 days because of a horrific storm.
No.
Okay, maybe
All
you won't
right.
die. Don't worry, you won't die. Every time you have trouble sleeping, you tell me and I'll put you to sleep.
As over these days, Mimi, I take it you never step out onto the deck.
She is holding onto like furniture, like if she would fall out if she doesn't.
As
Mimi, come on.
eventually you'll have to relent on that, sooner or later. You'll find that standing around inside this, it's pretty sturdy. You don't feel like you're moving.
She still wouldn't move a lot. She's probably gonna.
And
Hey, wherever
thankfully,
she's sitting,
when
there.
you go below deck, there are vanishingly little or not mirrors, little in the way of windows. There are like these little circle portcullises that can just be sealed shut so you can't see outside.
If something happens, she's trapped down there.
Yeah, maybe we should come up top.
Uh,
It's really not that bad, mate.
no, I'm good here.
As
The rooms are a little bit of a tight squeeze.
inside them, there's, if I was to give them a quick size, it would basically be like, just for a quick visual until we get some art of these rooms. Nice little 9x9 room, like a bed with a nightstand, and then like a dresser on the far side of the room.
I'm expecting a huge painting of this Lalafell, kind of like laying down, kind of like posing, like yeah, I'm up.
There is not, though. When Nihilus, you go to investigate, the place is fully stocked with food, fresh ingredients.
Oh.
As
Weird.
there is a friendly little note with a little like Lalafell doodle and a heart on it and it says for the second best chef in the competition.
God damn it.
Huh.
As you look it over and he's like, oh, he's referring to himself, isn't he, as the best.
I like that one. Alright. Hey, Mimi,
Yeah.
come in the kitchen.
No.
There's something for you.
What is it?
A chance to distract yourself.
As like the kitchen and the dining room are like a combined place. Is like there's a tile flooring for it, and then like the rest of the area is rugged. There's like a nice little curving couch around a circle table to where like probably say like 8 of you can sit comfortably, and if you gathered some chairs, you could have like hypothetically even more people there.
She will, like, cautiously get there, and as soon as like there's a little like different movement of the ship or any noise or anything, she will flinch like if something's about to happen. But until then, she's just gonna be very slow in her step. Slowly
As-
get to.
For the first day, everything is calm, peaceful, sweet skies. As the second is horrific. Storm, the ship rocking. Mimi is really put through her mental paces.
She is screaming.
Which, because there would be one more day, I need to make one more roll. Okay.
It's gonna be alright. Ah.
Do you need me to help you
A
sleep?
break. Got a break.
Doesn't that last only like a minute?
I mean, that could be the effect. It could only maybe last us a minute in. Oh yeah.
If she doesn't want to wake up, she doesn't have to. You kind of like shrug.
she's definitely gonna want. She does not want to stay unconscious for this.
Trin, with your concentrated effort in magical arts, you are able to keep her unconscious for that one horrific day for most of it. But basically, over these few days, is there anything you guys want to talk about amongst each other with your lovely companions? Is there anything you'd like to practice? Or,
Big enough for me and my Namazu.
I'm just holding on to the Namazu for dear life. Or the storm.
You're just able to look out at the Namazu, lightning flashing across the ship as as it pours, and you're just Trin hugging your Namazu like, you'll keep me safe.
Keep me safe, disgusting fish man.
Stuffed recreation of a fish man.
So that Invader's Gym bit. I forget how to fucking say it. But I think now as we want to talk to Kijo.
As Kijo, you'll switch back to your yokai outfit eventually, keeping to your routine, keeping on top of your swords. Nihilus will be eventually pulling you aside for a discussion, if there's any discussions you'd like to have. And Mimi, Trin, over these next few days, any NPCs or players you want to talk to?
Mimi is mostly gonna be focused on, not dying.
Off the top of their head, probably seeing how Kato's doing with the whole airship.
As we'll be able to have a conversation with you and Kato. As Mimi, you will live in dread. I think it fair to say for Mimi, eventually though, while I'm sure she would never not be comfortable on the deck, she'd probably start adjusting to being inside it. So long as she's not
her empathy to feel the vibes around and just kind of like hold on to that as her own vibes. Be
Yeah.
Like, this person's safe. I'm gonna listen to their safeness.
along
Gonna
with
be
like
here.
because the inside doesn't have a lot of like outward looking things, you would basically be like, all right, if I don't look out a window, I don't have to think about how high up I am.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Sight out of mind. Christ.
As you can decide how well otherwise Mimi is going to face her fears of height over the next 5 days.
Fine. I'm actually an expert in keeping shit in, so I'm fine.
Mimi, that window's open.
You monster.
So we got the blind down. See?
God damn it.
The wind current could suck me out of that window. I'm tiny. I could fit through that. Oh, shit.
God damn it, I forgot. Yeah, when you go to feel Kijo, you feel this unbridled rage and anguish, the echoings of eternity that would scar numerous souls. But also she's kind of vibing.
Okay, we're gonna turn that one off.
But yes, we shall move on as Nihilus, you'll flag down Kijo. As Kijo, you'll probably have to edit your morning routine a little. Mostly because while there is a decent amount of ship, not enough to like run around on or do laps effectively.
You're gonna tilt the ship. Stop running.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's definitely how it works. Stop
Hammer,
running.
is that how that works?
I don't know, I think you'd have to be really heavy to do that.
She's all muscle. She's very heavy.
As Nihilus, you'll flag Kijo down, the two of you on the deck. Or, the two of you in the kitchen. The little lounge area where you guys are able to, like, chop up meals, things like that. As, you'll be able to pull her aside for a quick conversation, a little heart-to-heart. As you flag her down. Kijo raises an eyebrow at you.
I wanted to ask you something. Something I've been deathly curious about since we've met.
As the eyebrow continues to be raised.
If it's too personal, you need not speak of it, but I've yet to see you draw, well, emotions to the other swords on your belt. Is there a reason? They look very special. I mean, I get my hands on.
As you look at your 3 swords, you have your illustrious wounding blade, your wakizashi for when you don't take somebody seriously enough, and then your 3rd blade. As for you, Nihilus, you can't help but look them over. As Kijo takes a moment looking at the swords before a look of understanding crosses her face. So you noticed.
Yes, I've seen the black and red one and the small one. And I've seen the white one. Maybe I'm just a show-off. I like to use every weapon in my arsenal. Personally.
This one is less of a weapon. It is one.
What?
It's for a very specific target. I'm sure it has quite the story. As I imagine, Kijo, you shift a little, move so the blade is or the sword and sheath are a little more visible to Nihilus as a hand runs over it. Though, I know it not. Only fragments, and the story that came after it fell to us. But I sense you're not satisfied with that answer. As Kijo looked from the blade to you.
Well, everything else, you always have a story about everything else. What
You're
target?
not wrong.
Is it meant to kill a specific kind of creature? What's its story? I don't have a ton of stories about my weapons. Well, maybe. Well, the Chaos Blade has. Well, you were there for that, actually. So, not much of stories. I might. Well, maybe I do have one.
You don't?
Well, not for all of them. One was given to me as a gift.
You still insist on carrying that greatsword. As we
Yeah,
reference to your lovely blade.
Just the normal greatsword.
It doesn't appear magical, and I haven't seen you hold it in a while.
It isn't magical. And, well, there are stronger blades I have. I can't get rid of it.
So it has a story.
I suppose I do have one story.
As you think about it, you can't help but fiddle around and take it out, presenting the greatsword. Indulge me?
Yeah.
I'll tell you about this one after.
All right. I suppose I can give it a shot. Well, years ago, 7 or 8 now, a monster, let's call it that, threatened my home, my family. It's a infamous creature that has destroyed a lot of territory because it has its own want to do so, I suppose. And one day, the day it was coming, while my family was rushing to take what little they had and get away with the rest of our village, something, I suppose, sparked in me some urge to go and try and fight it, stop it, kill it. I was young, small, weak. But I went into my father's belongings and I gathered up his shield and his sword, and I very poorly strapped the shield to my arm and took the sword out the sheath and charged out of the village towards the tree line. And it was there. As?
Oh, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I was just going to say, as Kijo nods along, taking in the story.
The monster was there. And he looked down at me and laughed at me. At my demands for it to leave. Stop harassing my village, my family, my friends. I attacked it. But whatever I was never trained to be a warrior. I had no skills in it at the time. I could barely hold the. My arms were weak and not used to the weight of that equipment on. I didn't have armor. I didn't think of it. It wouldn't have fit anyway. But I swung and well, I think I cut it once. He was not happy with that, and it proceeded to beat me savagely. But I lived, despite all odds. And that's how word of how I caught the attention of the Dark Knights of Lucidia, of House Nocturne. The word of the little peasant boy that stood up to the monster, to the forest god. And I asked if I could take the sword and shield with me. It was the sword was bent, the shield dented. It was. Well, people said it was beyond fixing, but I insisted on that. And when I finished my training, I decided to make my father's weapons my own. I decided a greatsword. I figured that I wouldn't need the shield. Why would I need the shield? I am a shield to everyone else. I just need a bigger blade. I don't think there's any sword I would cherish more than this one. I'm not sure if I can bear to see it enchanted with magic. I don't know. The fact that it's mundane and carried me through so much seems wrong to alter it anymore. Besides, I fully intend to go back to that forest and drive this sword through that monster's fucking soul. In time. Does that count as a good story?
Doesn't Kicho? You had to rate it like on a scale of like 1 to 10? As Kicho smirks a little at you. It does.
Oh, good.
And not so different from my own. As you think Kijo might have given you a 5 out of 10. Your story passed. As Kijo goes for her blade and starts pulling it out from her side, sheath and all, so that you can see it more properly. Very nice blade. Or rather, nice Hilton sheath. As it's still inside.
Right.
Like you, this blade belonged to my family. I do not know how we came across it, but it was our treasure. As you look at it and think, Nihilus, to your own sword before it was reforged, repaired. It's a rather dingy weapon in comparison. It's rather Imperial stock standard. Many people who have been drafted into the militia at one point or another have very similar weapons.
That's what makes it all the most special. Though.
Unfortunately, the shield wasn't as special.
The shield proved to be pointless in the face of a monster fucking 5 buildings tall. I like Bloodborne in that way.
It is of impressive make. Far from the highest of grades, perhaps, but for one such as us, far beyond our means. I know it was entrusted to us, though not by who. I was too young to be told, and also lacking in masculinity. As you look over Kijo and her rock-hard abs and strong arms that could put most men to shame in terms of the physical aptitude.
See.
But when the Shogun called, it was taken up by my father. As, Nihilus, you're puzzled by that for a moment, but then you kind of think. And in your mind, the first thing you can liken it to is when the nobles call the magisters. Very infrequent, but when it's, especially in recent times, with the previous emperor being more relaxed and internally focused.
Yeah.
But no peasant is unaware of the ideas of being drafted and brought to battle to protect the magisters as they work their magic.
Mm-hmm.
And upon this blade did he swear a vow. He promised he would return to us. Another thing that rings familiar. Though, in the Empire, those vows were rather frequently more true than not, as in the wake of a battle, white mages and other healers, arcanists, were able to make good on those claims. And from your own limited knowledge, Doma does not have the same abundance of magisters on the battlefield, those who can heal or otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. If in a box. but the blade was once more given and once more taken, this time by Atsuki, my eldest brother.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. I'm sorry.
In a way, Nihilus, it makes you grateful for the era of peace the Empire has currently been in. He swore the same oath upon this weapon, and like my father, the blade returned, but unlike my father, Atsuki did not. And so too, Yuto it fell. And for a blade with so many oaths sworn on it, none of them came true. Maybe the sword's cursed. For the third time, a promise was made. That same promise, and for a third time, it was broken.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so, now the blade is mine. And I know not its name. I call it Jigiri. In your tongue, it means vow.
I see. A fitting name to be sure.
And as Kijo's mental voice echoes in your head for a moment, he grips the hilt of the blade. Like so many vows sworn before me, so many promises made, promises of a life beyond this. She takes a stance and looks at you seriously as she draws the blade at you, taking a swing. Nihilus.
I don't think he even flinches.
You feel nothing make contact with you. Besides a gentle breeze. Much nicer than the ones on the deck recently.
You hear me in the background.
Yeah.
As after a moment you look away from Kijo's face toward the blade. It is broken. As you are able to clearly see the remnants of a shattered sword.
Huh. Where is... Do you have the shards of it? Or is that all there is?
As she returns the blade to her sheath. Takes a more normal stance before relaxing. This is all that remains of it now.
Have you ever considered getting it reforged? Repaired?
There's little use in repairing a promised blade if its promises have yet to be kept.
Hello?
It is less of a
Okay.
weapon, more a memento. A reminder of the family I once had, and the importance of swearing no oaths you cannot keep.
Hmm.
Sorry about that.
I was waiting to see what the was type.
Okay. I've been
Yes.
listening, and like for a minute it was like just too
Quiet.
quiet. It was just like, hello?
That's its story.
I think it was a good one.
Or at least, the story I know.
It doesn't need to be anything else than that.
As you think about it, and there are some unfortunate gaps in the story for Kijo and Nihilus of what happened while this blade was in the possession of her father and brother. The only thing for sure is that the blade made it back to her every time. As if we had a social link up little symbol or anything like that, this would surely be the time for it. As Kijo gets a little more energetic pulling out her red blade, the one you have seen numerous times before. This one is more interesting, though, as she seems way more excited about the literally cursed sword than the metaphorically cursed sword.
I suppose it is, isn't it?
I got it from Tengu. It's cursed.
I'm not surprised.
As you look over the blade, you can't help but think about your own cursed sword. It's called Jexuchin. Matches my aesthetic quite well, I'm told. As you can't help but look at all the red and black on Kijo. Yeah, no, it's that sword's basically tailored for her.
Well, I suppose it is with you.
Oh, right. Jixutsun means... As she trails off for a moment.
Agonize for...
A look of visible agony comes across her face as she's trying to grasp the proper translation of this beautifully nuanced blade. That's cursed.
There's a lot of nuance being cursed.
As you, again, can't help but think to your own martyr's blade. That thing where you stab someone with a needle or something to let out the blood, but as a sword.
Bloodletting?
She points at you.
Is
Ah,
it blood?
that's it.
The sword is called bloodletting or bloodletter? I'm not entirely certain.
Bloodletting sword.
Ah. Yeah, it's pretty name, I suppose. Considering.
Tengu says it belonged to a doctor who was taken hostage by an old shogun.
I feel like there's a theme of old shoguns taking people that don't want to take.
Oh, absolutely. As Kijo has a lot more pep in her step with it. So anyway. As you think, Nihilus, you can't help but look at your blades on hand and think what stories will be attached to them when you come and go one day. The Shogun basically made the doctor work on his soldiers under threat of killing his family. You know, typical coercive tactics.
Shoguns sound like absolute savages.
Not like Imperial Magisters, it's your God's given right to obey them on pain of death. Much more civilized.
They don't kidnap entire families. Threaten to kill children to get people to do what they want.
True. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? Not a story you've heard, at least. And one day, the Shogun himself was sick. Well, not just one day, it happened a few times. But one time was a bit different. Doctor was none too happy about this whole arrangement, couldn't imagine why. As, I imagine, Kijo taking a more casual pose, hand running along the blade slightly. As you get a good look at it. And when the Shogun came in, the armor removed, vulnerable, blade at the side. Where could this story be going, Nihilus? The suspense.
No idea. Who could ever know?
The doctor took it and let out his blood. Only far, far more than he would have desired. Truly a shame. Surely the Shogun would have survived if only he'd relied on the proper mystical arts of magisters instead of rude doctors.
If only. But unfortunately, a terrible person died hard. What a shit.
Tengu would tell the story better. I'm sure I'm forgetting details.
I think you did well enough.
As Nihilus. How are you feeling with all this information, by the way? But basically, the doctor used this sword to violate his pacifist oath and kill an incapacitated, vulnerable man in a fit of madness. Surely something that has never been experienced, Nihilus. Going to violence and uncontrollable fear? Never in your life.
Fucking man.
And now, the sword itself takes on a lust for blood.
I see.
Wounds it makes do not heal by any means beyond the body's natural.
I see. Well,
And let out more blood, as the seam does not clot.
well then, what a horrifying weapon. Though, if I'll be honest, it sounds to me like that story sounds like it's far more positive than a story of a mad driven to madness.
But in exchange, as she holds up the sword, healing doesn't work so well on its holder. It wants my blood too, you say.
Maybe there's a little madness in it.
Right?
It sounds to me like a horrible person got exactly what they deserved by people they oppress and
The
torment.
cursed ones have the best stories. As Kijo is practically sparkling and giddy, I imagine, explaining the tale of this sword. As she puts the sword away.
I have to ask them, have you ever sworn a vow on Shigure, was it? Yes.
As a little bit of a sly smile crosses her face. I wonder. As Kijo, will you leave him on that to contemplate? Perhaps I have. Perhaps not.
That's
As she starts going about her business once more. Nihilus, is there anything more you want to say to Kijo? Or shall this be the end?
I assume the vow is about being as obtuse as possible to people who ask you questions. Ah, well.
Oh, I'm quite honest and forthright. I could have said nothing at all.
Fair enough.
As we will end it for that on that for you two, as you have had a lovely conversation. Given the time, I just wanted to check: are you guys good with going late? Lynn, how are you feeling? Because I know you were the one most dubious for how you were in energy wise.
Lynn is good.
All right, so if you guys are comfortable with it, we can go an extra hour.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yay.
As for you, Trin, on one.
I just want to ask, can we at least take a quick break?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it now before your scene or after?
Yes, please.
All right. We're going to go on a quick 5-minute break. It's almost 10:10 right now. We'll be back at 10:12, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll set us to BRB. We'll all take a moment, have bathroom breaks, snack breaks, collect ourselves, and I hope you guys will still be here.
Hello, chat.
Yes, I'm going to step away. I'm going to mute myself. You guys will still be heard by the audience, so feel free to banter at them, as I hope you all are having fun, and I hope all of you watching are enjoying it too. That was some juicy lore.
Yeah.
But of course.
I had a bunch of stuff today.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, just in time, an ad just popped up.
Woo!
I've been holding on to those stories since episode 33.
Oh. Guys, we finally found out what happened to Mom.
Yeah, we did. Hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't abandoned.
Nope.
She only died. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
You
Lynn.
also got another family member's name. Yuato.
Yeah.
That secret you and Jake know. There's no more spoilers now.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm curious if he's gonna share it.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Pretty cool.
Drop the sword concept arts in chat.
Yeah.
Jake. We've established the spoilers of the thing I sent you.
Yeah, I
There's
just
no
typed you something.
You did?
Yeah. We'll the thing in question, as I don't have it prepared right now.
Great.
We'll show it off at the start of next session.
Oh, okay.
That way we'll do like the preamble, we'll show it off, and then go into recap, and then get into the game.
Oh, nice.
As
Nonsense, we go live with it.
Listen, we need the little preamble before so people can file in and see it. For all of you here, Din has been working very hard on something, and it's beautiful. Be here next week.
Coward.
But yes, now
They'll
we
see
know.
it in the VOD.
Yeah. Now we know the secret of your third blade. That is fucking borked. Broke as
Now
fuck.
we can leave it for whenever we have the break. So we just have some filler.
But yeah, and now let's got to share the story of his getting beat to death.
It's a very nice, almost masterwork sword, that is also broke as heck.
I also love these doodles Squeaky did. All the food.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Can we just leave them there?
Yeah, they'll stay there as long as I'm physically able to keep them there.
Yay.
Right.
Because admittedly, a thing I can do is when I have things like the battle mat, I can just place them on top of it instead of drawing around it.
Yes.
Or if I need to just like quickly draw one, I can favor this side of the map. So they'll be there for at least a few sessions. I need to put these away now. Into the scenes box.
Lynn has screen capped them.
Right.
Also, meanwhile, I'm going to do shenanigans while we wait for everybody here and ready. Because now that they've all been displayed, we can upload the different one. Also, oh god, my heart's a little fast right now. I drank some caffeine to make sure I had energy for today, because, I was feeling, like, kind of tummy sick,
So that was a mistake.
and, my heart's feeling thumpy.
Try not to fall for me too hard, sheesh.
Listen, as we've joked and I typed in the chat earlier, you have a natural 20 in charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, also,
Haha.
look at those abs. Look at Kijo.
Glorious, I know.
There we go. You are now able to display these beautiful tools of homicide. Quick, I was gonna move it right up here so it can be with the blades. And, hi. But hi over here. Oh god. Just looking at these, my first thought, this is what Kijo sees. Hi. This is her temperament. This is what people say.
Accurate.
Hey, what's up? Steely eyes. Looking into your soul. Oh god. Yeah, chat, how are you doing?
Speaking of broken weapons, I have a sundering card. Yay.
Ah. Yes, you can use that to absolutely destroy something. He does like 9 train, 7.5, usually it's like an 8 in soccer. Are you rating them? I have a cat loafing on my chest. I know what that's like, Evil Twin. I relate. I understand. Well, you know, Thanatos, I respect your opinion. To each their own. It's also hard to rate my NPCs, it's weird.
I enjoy the misheard names.
Listen, my tongue is fat and stupid.
Apparently Kijo is Cheetos.
Yeah.
Trin is Train.
I'm glad you're
But
enjoying
Juliet
the Lord
and
Crazy
Sakura
Club.
are right.
I don't know how to spell your... Here. Kijo. It is 4 letters. I believe in you, Thanatos.
Reminds me of all the ways people spell Polo's name wrong.
What?
There are so many.
You don't like poultry? Or polo, the
Haha.
shirt? Very comfortable. Oh god. Again, the heart thumping.
I know.
I'm still baffled on what started making me feel sick. If it's just like a seasonal flu kind of thing, or if if it was from being out in the sun too long. Because I mean, it might sound silly, but I'm so pale. I actually think that like the hour or two I was out in the sun might have given me sunburn, even if it wasn't hot out, because the two aren't actually related.
Might be. I apparently had / have flu stuff.
You choose a 9 because scary buff
But
ladies
also,
are...
vitamin D is good.
Listen, Thanatos, I don't think you're giving Trin nearly enough credit. Have you seen all of the Trins we have? So spicy. Trin gets to be hot anime girl and hot anime boy when they feel like it. And yeah, that's fair. Might be sun sickness. Everyone is very nice. Hammer is best girl, fight me.
Have you seen him in that dress?
Look at him. Look at this absolutely meaty specimen.
They can't.
Oh right, we're on the BRB screen.
Okay.
Over here. Look at this absolutely meaty specimen.
Professional, y'all.
Is my bad. And then we got Crazy Fox going Boko's best girl. I mean, look at this. Fierce. Absolutely fierce with her goth phase. As we've gone a little bit over, I just want to check. Everybody here and ready?
Yep.
I exist.
Also a big tittigoth, sure the breast meat on that one is quite impressive.
Ha! God damn it. Yeah, we got normal Boko, we got goth Boko, we've got sweet summer Boko, and fancy Boko.
Happy I made these. So unnecessary and yet so necessary at the same time. I need this in my life, you see.
I think I should be good now. I'm sorry.
No, you're perfectly fine. Ugh. Honestly, for a moment I was feeling a little queasy there. I think
mean,
it's gone.
If you're not feeling well, then it's fine.
Nah, we can go a little longer. I've got it in me. I think it was just like the position I'm sitting in. Now that I've straightened up, I'm starting to feel better.
Good.
But yeah, you wanted to flag down Kato?
Yeah, but I kind of forgot everything that I was gonna do.
If we can always put it in the back seat for now and then come back to it later if you care to.
Yeah, we can go to Mimi. I might need a bit more time.
As you guys did get one event, Mimi didn't really have much in mind to do.
She will mostly be screaming every time something. At one point, like probably during the night, if she's sharing room with Sakura, she would have mentioned the conversation with Yu.
But what I was going to say is, through the rolls, you guys were going to get one event before you guys got to the city, as you guys, while flying around, would see an airship on the horizon. This one, wooden, as I described to like the ones Trin has seen a lot in the past. It looks like a boat with a large balloon tied to the top of it. As Kijo, from your travels, you notice the symbol on the side. It's a merchant airship. They seem to be making the rounds. As it depends on you guys, you can try to flag them down. As I'm sure Kijo would relate this information and do a little shopping along the way. Pirates. There are numerous false flags for pirates, though... How do I put this? There are not many pirates that have airships. You would have to have had extremely unfortunate circumstances for pirates to be the ones flying that airship. Most of the time, they'll sail in like little pairs or small fleets in the water. It's much more common to see a pirate on the ocean than a sky pirate.
No.
As Kijo points out to you all, oh, another skyboat.
That's good, I suppose. They're hostile. You probably outrun them, which seems the worst.
Oh no, oh no. Are they?
As a few of the others come above deck, Hammer steps out. Means they aren't too strange in this. Yeah. Means they aren't too strange in these parts, which is good for us. Hammer goes and looks out. I think they're merchants. Yeah, you could tell by the symbol on the big balloon up there.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, it looks like they're flying back to Kugane. If I had to guess, at least. Could be flying towards Doma. Both of those are behind us. What do you say? Any of you interested in shopping? I don't know how big your wallets are right now, actually. Think they have anything interesting? You hear from Kijo. Well, they definitely got a bit of money to throw around if they can fly. So, maybe?
With a look, I suppose. Who knows? Maybe they have another little mammoth.
I'm presently richer than I've ever been, though I really don't know if I'm looking for anything. We can always do some window browsing, right? Make them not feel too bad about it if, what's the word? We buy some, cheap things, get a few days of food from them, maybe some water. At least then it won't be a total bust for them, and we'll barely spend a dime, right?
We'll make the trip longer though, right?
By like a few minutes, maybe.
We'll take a few minutes more though.
Well,
Mimi, we've already been up here for 3 days.
I know.
Come on, you're being a brave trooper.
I'll wait here.
if there's anything we think you might like, we'll call you.
Yeah, I'm not going there. I'll have to go up. And no, that's a big no for me. I am tiny. The slightest breeze could make me fly out of this thing.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can.
No, it can't.
You're not that light, Mimi. I haven't seen little Eli fly off the deck.
It's a machine. He's heavy. Have you tried picking him up?
Yeah, he's about as heavy as you.
Indeed.
Pretty sure he's heavier.
He's as heavy as you are,
He's tiny, but made of metal.
but he's still tiny. And therefore not that heavy.
I'm not risking it.
Well,
Oh.
let's pull in.
Hmm.
If you guys want to. Do you guys want to shop? Yes or no?
Mimi's not gonna want to move. So.
Again, that you can always communicate through the link pearl. Do you want to shop? Yes or no is basically the thing here.
If there's anything there, then yes.
If there's any, yeah, I want to see if there's anything of interest from these people. Maybe something interesting from Baja or
Alright. As with 3 of you voting for it, you'll be able to flag them down as they pull up to you. One merchant will step out. You notice a few guards on the ship. They seem to have like a little bit of Republic resembling armor, but it's like a little mishmashed, changed up. They've got rifles and of a flintlock variety on hand, not like the automatic ones you guys saw in your short stay in the Republic. Oh, it's so nice to see another ship up here. There's been a little light in the region lately.
Yeah.
You don't mind me asking, could we interest you in some of our goods? You are clearly people of a discerning taste. Perhaps some of our utilities might be of interest to you. As Kijo, you look curiously. Nihilus?
I'll take a look. Or not.
As they present you a few things. We have some useful tools for intrepid explorers, those who like to see every nook and cranny that this world has to offer. We sell breathing caps, a useful arcane tool for searching the water's depths for salvagers and those who think they found some ancient ruins at the bottom of the ocean. And for those who like to sail above, like ourselves and yourselves, we have these, as a few backpacks and hats are shown to you. These are balloon packs. They are carefully woven with wind magics and allow you to briefly fly with a balloon, or if you happen to take a tumble down a mountainside into an unexpected pit, things of that nature. Their magic can also be used to slow your fall to make it a harmless descent.
Well then.
Those aside, a very useful tool for many who search in the Republic explicitly. I hear they're a time-honored favorite of, I think they're called salvagers. They find ruins and old caravans along the desert. It is a flask of endless amounts of water, so long as you don't use too much at once. It does have a bit of a limit. And we only have one of these on hand. They were taken up at our last stop. This mystical lantern, its purpose is to reveal hidden creatures and objects. No ghosts will be catching their drop on you with something like this at your disposal. So, do any of those suit your fancy? We do have some more mundane things if you're looking for a rifle or a blade.
I was kind of distracted by the other things. What was that contraption with the wind again?
Ah, a balloon pack, we like to call them. It is a very useful tool for a limited flight, as I'll put the descriptions in roleplay chat, so
Thank you.
you can see them in more detail. All of these modestly priced at 400 gold for each. As between
I was
all of
just-
you-
I was just looking at the balloon pack.
It is a very useful tool. It'll give you basically a little bit of levitation or flight. As you look it over, you think about it, and eventually Hammer speaks up. I remember hearing stories about some bird people. They love having backpacks like that. Helps them just float around all over the place because their wings don't work anymore.
Huh. That's so. That'd be useful.
Well, if you'd like, I can certainly part with one for 400.
Hmm. $400.
As Keisha, your eyes flutter, blinking at the word term bird people. Yeah, I can tell you about them another time. Make their home in some mountains to the north. Way north. So, if you want the backpack, you do not have 400 gold on you.
Hmm.
Collectively, you certainly have that. It would, be up to you to either try to bring down the price to 100, which, would take some really good rolls in bartering, or, look to everybody else for some economic assistance.
I think doing that, well, honestly, I see that helping out Mimi the most for no other reason to get over this crushing fear. No, every item here seems to be very useful, at least in some aspect.
Well, trafficking weapons can be a little dangerous. Pirates get very excited about that kind of thing. But these, well, they're not willing to hurt anybody over a little backpack that works for a tiny bit.
Hmm.
Well,
Oh, I'm bad with decision making and thinking.
as you debate, for you out of character, Dan, do any of those interest you?
Give me the parachute.
Alright,
Jesus
Dan
Christ.
really wants the parachute. I kind of like the lantern, though 400 is quite a bit.
Well, let's say we go for the backpack. It could be useful for anyone, really. Though it does say we need to find an elemental air node to recharge it.
Ah, as you hear Juliet on the link pro, I actually think I could handle that. Perks of being a magister. As for one of Juliet's many bonuses that were, I believe, given by Crazy Fox mostly. Yeah, she will be able to recharge magical objects like that. She'll need like a day per object, but she can do it. Sounds like
I
that'll
will.
make Mimi more amenable to go with you all in the future too. Yeah, so
Indeed. 400 for any of them. That's a tough sell, but. If we're willing to chip in, I suppose we could part with enough. All right.
As
That's what-
you
balloon
guys are
packers.
debating, the merchant seems to be rubbing his hands like a little bit of an energy of, come on, sometime this year.
The balloon pack, I suppose.
Ah, excellent choice. Absolutely lovely. Very discerning of you.
Hmm.
That'll be 400?
Hmm. Mhm.
As he'll wave over one of his guards, then plucking up the backpack and bringing it across the plank. As he holds out his hands like, well,
Goodbye, Dominus. Well, he just said something.
I could buy it, though I often don't partake in charity.
That's fair, though. Consider how much more bearable Mimi will be if she has a safety net on these trips. It might give enough of a push to step her in the right direction to get over a lot of these fears.
He's your problem after this. As Kisho looks you in the eye.
Ah, I see you're still determined to part ways when this. Uh,
I technically gave you this ship. This is my ship. Our ship? You hear in your head as Juliet lightly protests. Mine too. Definitely not theirs though. Yes, our ship. Hey Nihilus.
yes.
Gentle suggestion. Maybe instead of trying to charm Kijo, charm the merchant first. I believe in you. You've got that imperial authority all about you. As Nihilus at this point, the man's like holding out his hand a little, like, come on, I don't have all day.
Now that I see it closer up, I remember seeing many of these items in Mysidia.
Ah, but you see, around there, they're very heavily regulated. Not anybody could just get their hands on a luxury like this.
You would be surprised. I see you don't visit there often.
Oh. I've stopped doing business after the one time I was pulled down from the skies and had my goods confiscated for... What did they call it? Unlicensed flight.
Oh, something joking. Oh, sorry for that stroke of bad luck. Though I must insist that 400 seems a bit much for a fairly common magical item.
Ah, but you see, only common in the right circles, such as mine.
I think a fairer price would be 200 gold.
Roll charisma.
Let's go. Oh no, it froze. Oh, there we go. Man,
As,
persuasion.
with your persuasion, that is a 5.
Yeah.
Sir, I would almost be offended by that, but I could cut off at least 50 gold for you. You can't possibly imagine the amount of effort that goes into creating objects like this.
He would have you know, I have a fairly deep understanding of such matters.
Oh, do you?
It's a simple thing for where I'm from. I suppose a matter of perspective, right? Where you're from, I'm sure there aren't nearly many talented mages. Which is understandable. I can see why you value it so highly.
As
How about...
you say that, roll me an insight real quick. As, when he has been talking about this, and, you saw them fetching things, there were quite a few backpacks over there that looked very similar to this one. They don't seem to be the, hottest seller on this merchant right now.
I just look at something like he's about to say something that his eyes just dart over to the pile, like, just as he narrows his eyes. What's that over there?
Those?
That pile.
Those are our other ones. You know, our men use them every now and then when need requires.
I see many people don't seem interested. Why would that?
Well, they are of value to those who fly and those who are about to take a tumble. As you and we are.
Perhaps 100 gold taken off was more than fair.
As you say that, roll me charisma. As,
Still,
you give him a more sterner look now.
hey,
100 gold off
hmm.
for 300. I would part with one.
All right. Let's see. That's another fucking magic thing we bought for 300 gold, actually.
Ha.
Fucking first one was Eli. Look at that. 300. I forget. How much is a platinum again?
10 gold. 10 to 1
Okay.
for every currency.
It's 200 and...
Would anybody else like to chip in? Mimi?
Oh, Mimi
Maybe.
can skip everything.
So how much are you taking out of your own pocket, Nihilus?
I'll take out 200.
Alright. As you take out 200, Mimi, you'll give 100. And with that, somebody will take a moment to go below deck, collect 100 gold from Mimi's funds, and with that, you will have bought the balloon backpack. This does not require attunement. Once it's been used, it runs out until it's recharged at a air quote win node. Thankfully, Juliet, with her magical capabilities, is able to recharge it for over a day.
It counts as a nexus. Right.
As was there anything else, or are you guys satisfied with those?
I can't afford it once I start scaring the shit out of it.
As you're gonna get the lantern? 400? You can absolutely haggle through a clever application of a few sternly written words and body language. As you offer 350 for it, give me a roll. Are you going to be trying to be intimidating, like take my money and go, or a softer, more charismatic approach? You'll be having a +3 either way, mind you. As I'll put the balloon pack in your inventory, Din. Alright, so persuasion. With that, he'll look it over, look at you. I see you're interested in the lantern. Well, for 350 I can certainly part with it. As you hand it over, you'll subtract the 350 and get the Lantern of Revealing, which I will add to your inventory. As if that's everything, we'll be on our way. We hope you have a lovely and safe journey. As long as you guys are done. Anthony, Nihilus.
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
As you guys will wave them off, the Zeppelin airship making its way away. Mimi, you are graced with a new backpack inside a balloon full of air magic.
Once it's explained to her, she is putting that on and she is sleeping with that.
As Squeaky, Trin, did you remember what you wanted to talk to Kato about?
I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's no big deal. As we can save that for next time. As the rest of your guys' journey will be smooth sailing. Besides that one day in the storm, you guys had a very safe trip. Ships you may have occasionally seen below, just going on their way. Again, your nice little shopping excursion with the airship. As you guys are coming across the port town. Kijo, you have been here before. It's a town that is hardly small. But as you look out over it, you notice a good chunk of the town and beyond is scorched, as there is a lot of smoke rising up from it. As from there, we'll end game for tonight. As
Jeez.
next time, you guys will be in Bajna proper.
Oh, fuck.
Land,
Deja
heck yeah.
vu.
That 100 gold should be in your inventory, Kijo. As thank you guys for hanging out. We did go a little bit over, but we appreciate you guys being here for the ride. We'll be back, and you guys will be here to enjoy us next week. And tomorrow we will hopefully be having some Zelda to enjoy. So hope to see you guys there too.
Fucking good.
As I'm feeling a little queasy, we'll save. We won't have unfortunately much after talk today. But for you guys, we will send you off to Goblin King Gurg, as he still is doing some Warhammer, I believe.
Hooray.
I believe he's doing a Skarsnik run. He's currently fighting the end scenario of A Grudge Too Far, beating up a bunch of dwarves, so go root for him.
Christ. It's the dwarf tide.
And we hope to see you guys here next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.